Marvel just dropped a massive bombshell announcement, and let me tell you, it came out of nowhere. No warning, zero heads up. I did not see this coming. Instead of giving us the huge Hall H presentation we were expecting next week at San Diego Comic-Con. Yeah, Marvel Studios is skipping Comic-Con this year. They decided to drop this announcement straight through the press, and they didn't hold back. We're talking about 3 major articles: The Hollywood Reporter, Deadline and Variety, all laying out a brand new 7-year Marvel plan. And it includes everything from a Blade reboot to recasting the X-Men, and yes, even potentially recasting Tony Stark himself. Feige says recast is a scary word, but we're breaking it all down. This is the full Marvel Studios announcement that would have been Comic-Con level big, and now we're getting it through the media. There's a ton to unpack, so strap in. We're digging into every detail. But first, smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really helps the channel, and I'd seriously appreciate it. Alright, let's get into it. We're kicking things off with the Deadline article titled Marvel boss Kevin Feige on his future at the studio, Blade update, and why Fantastic Four needed a reboot. Deadline reports, when it comes to the future of Marvel Studios, which had its fair share of missteps this year, like Thunderbolts and Captain America Brave New World, the #1 superhero brand at the box office isn't slowing down. Kevin Feige hosted a press roundtable at Marvel's HQ in Burbank, and during that chat, he gestured toward a bunch of locked doors in the meeting room and said, "It's a 7-year plan. I think it goes to 2032. It's on magnets. It can move around." Let's pause on that. The fact that he did an in-person sit down like this tells you how serious this is. Every outlet had the same access, and they're all reporting the same thing. Marvel has a fresh new 7-year master plan, currently stretching through 2032. And if we're being honest, with how delays usually go, this will likely take us to 2034. And yes, Blade is still on that list. So let's talk about Blade, because for the first time in a long while, Kevin Feige actually spoke about the project openly. Deadline states, even though Blade was pulled from the release calendar, it's still in active development, with 2-time Oscar winner Mahershala Ali still attached. Let's rewind a bit. Blade was first announced all the way back at San Diego Comic-Con 2019. Ali walked out on stage in Hall H and the crowd went wild. This was a massive MCU moment. Feige revealed that they had 4 different versions of the script at one point, including one set in the 1930s, which we now know led to costume designs being repurposed for Sinners. But ultimately, they've locked into a modern day setting, and that's what they're moving forward with. "We landed on modern day," Feige said. "That's what we're focusing on." So yes, Mahershala Ali is still Blade. It's a modern day version, and it's officially still happening. Now, Feige also got real about why the film was delayed again. After 2 directors exited the project, Jan Damage and Bassam Tariq, they chose to hit pause. "We didn't want to just throw Mahershala into a leather outfit and have him start killing vampires," Feige said. "You can start with a good script and make it great during production, but we didn't feel confident we could do that with Blade. And honestly, respect." He added, "We didn't want to do that to Mahershala Ali, and we didn't want to do that to ourselves." Interestingly, one of the reporters even suggested, "Hey, why not bring in Ryan Coogler? He just crushed it with a vampire film." Feige replied, "That's not the plan. Coogler's next move is Black Panther 3, which by the way is now confirmed to be part of this new slate." So just to recap, this new plan includes Blade, Black Panther 3, and yes, the X-Men reboot. Now over to Variety's report, which came from the same press event. Their headline, Marvel plans to recast the X-Men and eventually Tony Stark after Avengers Secret Wars, but reboot is a scary word, says Kevin Feige. And this is where things get really interesting. Variety writes, a brand new X-Men lineup is coming to the MCU and a new Tony Stark will join them. That's right. After 2027's Avengers Secret Wars, the plan is to recast the mutants for a new X-Men film, directed by Jake Schreier. They also mentioned some of the OG X-Men actors from the 2000s and 2010s will reprise their roles in 2026 Avengers Doomsday. But after that, the baton passes. New actors will take on those roles and more mutants will debut. This mirrors what Marvel did in the comics post-2015 Secret Wars, merging timelines, mixing characters, and creating one main continuity. And that's the direction the MCU is heading now. Endgame was about endings, Feige said. Secret Wars is about beginnings. Now, Feige made sure not to call this a reboot. Reboot is a scary word, he said. It can mean a lot of different things. We're thinking of this more as a reset to a single timeline. And here's where the X-Men come in again. Feige confirmed that this new continuity kicks off with the X-Men. So following Avengers Secret Wars, expect the X-Men movie to be the first out of the gate, probably May 2028. Also worth noting, all three articles include Feige quotes about Deadpool and Wolverine. Let's just wait and see, he said, hinting at post-Secret Wars plans. So yes, Ryan Reynolds could still be Deadpool and Hugh Jackman might stick around as Wolverine, but it's still up in the air. Like Feige said, it's all on magnets. Still, if they're planning to recast Tony Stark, it wouldn't be surprised if they eventually recast Wolverine too. Now here's the really wild part. Variety continues. Feige also indicated that more iconic Marvel characters will be recast, including Tony Stark and Steve Rogers. He pointed to other franchises doing the same. They're casting a new James Bond right now, he said. David Corenswet is crushing it as the new Superman. This is how franchises evolve. Sure, it's tough to imagine anyone other than Robert Downey Jr. or Chris Evans in those roles, but Feige says it's not impossible. It's hard when an actor nails it, he admitted. But remember, we once thought no one could top Sean Connery as James Bond. Oh, and he didn't shut down the idea of a sequel to Deadpool and Wolverine. He said there's still fun to be had with both characters. We'll see where. Okay, let's be real here. You don't go through all this trouble to recast Tony Stark and not give him his own franchise. So yes, I believe this is Marvel's way of quietly telling us Iron Man will return. Probably not called Iron Man 4, but maybe the Invincible Iron Man or something new. But rest assured, a new Iron Man is coming. Just not before Robert Downey Jr. had his fun possibly playing Doctor Doom. There's a lot to digest here. And honestly, this was a surprisingly satisfying way for Marvel to make a big announcement, even without Comic-Con or Hall H. Sure, it doesn't have the same hype for fans attending San Diego Comic-Con, but man, the amount of news we got, huge. Here's the breakdown. Blade is alive and well. A full plan is in place through 2032, likely 2034 with delays. X-Men are leading the next saga. Secret Wars will reset the MCU into one main timeline. Recasting is officially happening. Tony Stark, Steve Rogers, and possibly Wolverine. Whatever they end up calling this, Mutant Saga, Timeless Saga, Cosmic Saga, I'm all in. The future of the MCU is finally taking shape and it's actually looking bright, especially with all the positive buzz around Fantastic Four right now. So if you want to stay up to date on every twist and turn Marvel drops next, hit that notification bell and make sure it's set to all notifications. And as always, I'd love it if you could smash that like button. Thanks for watching and I'll catch you in the next one.